Yo, what is going on, you guys? This is me, Jason, aka Titans Daily, and welcome back to another weekly predictions video. Number 16, we're already at week 16. We got 3 more weeks left, which is kind of sad, but that just means the playoffs are happening soon. And Broncos just pulled off a crazy win against the Green Bay Packers, which I unfortunately picked against. I picked against the Broncos, but hopefully I don't get many wrong because I'll kind of want to stay under 100 losses, but that's kind of hard now because my record right now is 139 and 84 and 1. If you guys are enjoying the series, hit the like button down below. I appreciate all of your support. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload new videos like this. And yeah, let's get right into the picks. Troy and Jacksonville State are currently playing right now, and the current score is 13-10 Troy over Jacksonville State, and they just went into the fourth quarter, and they're about to get that started. But let's move on to week 16. Crazy week. Absolutely crazy week. Philip Rivers came from off retirement, lost 18-16. Seahawks kicker Jason Myers had 24 points, I think, in fantasy last week, which is crazy. So yeah. Anyways, let's get right into this Thursday night game. We got the LA Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. This is probably one of the best games of the week, to be honest with you. I think the Rams can get it done. I know Seattle's a very tough place to play, especially before the playoffs. Seahawks came off a crazy win against the Colts. I'm going to go with the Rams here. I think Stafford's playing at that MVP level I was talking about a couple weeks ago. I really think that Matthew Stafford could win MVP this year. He's obviously in the race along with, Josh Allen, maybe even Lamar, but I don't think Lamar's going to win MVP this year because he was out for so long. But I think it's either going to be Josh Allen or Matthew Stafford. But, I mean, there could be an outside chance Darnold gets it, but I really don't think so. I got the Rams in this one, 31-24. Definitely one of the closer games this week. And then we got Saturday games coming up. So our first Saturday game is the Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington Commanders. I'm going to take the Eagles in this one. Still, I don't think we have a word on Jane Daniels' injury. As you guys may or may not know, Jane Daniels dislocated his shoulder. I'll see what they have on his injury right now. Yeah, it's just not looking good. Yeah, yeah. But I don't think he'll play regardless if he's playing or not. I still got the Eagles winning after they get a really big win over the Las Vegas Raiders, who are the worst team in football, in my opinion. And the Titans still lose to them. Great, right? But no, I got the Eagles in this one. I'm going to say 31-17. I think Mariota tries his best, but I think it's going to come up short. Next up, we got the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. This game is for the NFC North, right? I mean, last time I checked, the Packers and the Bears were duking it out, but the Packers just lost Micah Parsons for the year, which sucks. I'm going to go with the Bears. I think the Bears are still atop their division. And as I'm seeing right here, yeah, they are at 10-4. Packers are 9-4-1. I think the Parsons injury really screwed them. I'm going to go with the Bears in this one. I'm going to say 24-20. Chicago wins this one inside Chicago. Next up, we got the Buffalo Bills at the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to take the Bills in this one. I think Josh Allen and that offense with Keon Coleman is just too much. And Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, I think it's a little too much for the Browns to handle. And I think Shedeur played a really bad game last week compared to his Titans game. Shedeur threw 3 picks, I'm pretty sure. So who knows who Cleveland's going to start at quarterback next year, but it's just still those 3 guys, right? It's still going to be I mean, I don't think it's going to be Watson. It's Watson, Sanders, and Dylan Gabriel in their quarterback room right now. I think Watson's still on their team. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he might be on the PUP list, meaning the players unable to perform list. So who knows if Deshaun Watson's ever going to play a snap again? But I got the Bills in this one, 31-10. I think it'll be a struggle bus for the Browns. But on the bright side, you do have Myles Garrett, who is one of the best pass rushers in the league, if not the best pass rusher. He's approaching on 22.5 sacks right now. I think he has 21.5. So it's going to be close. Last 3 games, Myles needs 2 sack or a sack and a half really to break the record. So see if that gets broken this weekend. Next up, we got the LA Chargers at Dallas Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are almost out of the playoffs. If not, they have like an outside chance of getting in. It's like the 7th seed or something. I'm going to take the Chargers in this one. I've seen really good play from Justin Herbert last couple of weeks, especially against the Eagles on Monday night last week. I know that they Chiefs lost Mahomes, and we're about to talk about the Chiefs here just a second as they play the Titans this week. I know they lost Mahomes. I know Gardner Minshew is not that great, but the Chiefs are out of the playoffs for the first time since 2014, I read. So, first time in 10 years since they won't be in the playoffs. So, man, and I don't even know if Mahomes is going to be able to go for the first couple of games of next year, but we'll see. See what happens with him. See what happens with the Chiefs, and see if they're gonna try to play any games down the stretch. Really, I mean, you missed out on the playoffs, and maybe you're just contending for a higher draft pick than you already were, but you're already picking at like 18, 19, right? So we'll see where that goes. Next up, we do have the Kansas City Chiefs against the Tennessee Titans. As much as I'd like to pick the Titans in this one, I think Gardner Minshew and their defense really just destroys our secondary. We lost 2 safeties Sunday against the Niners. We lost Kendall Brooks, and, well, he's a corner, but we lost Xavier Woods, and then Mike Brown was our other free safety alongside Amani Hooker. Amani Hooker's fine, but other than that, I think it's just him, Cedric Gray, and Jeffrey Simmons that are on that defense, and they're just going to be torched, I think, by Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy. But first injury report comes out tomorrow, and we'll see where that is right now. I'm just hoping that the Titans remain as a top 5 pick. I think either the Giants or the Raiders are picking one. I think it's the Giants, but we'll see where the Titans what the Titans do. Cam Ward made some pretty nonchalant throws on Sunday, right? He did miss Van Jefferson though on the sideline, I will say. He did miss Chimere DK. Maybe it was a bad ball, but Chimere DK had a really good shot at catching that along the sideline there, and Ward got out of a crazy sack. Ward threw it against his body to Jeffrey Simmons for a touchdown, which is absolutely nuts, but fact of the matter is, I think that the Chiefs win this game pretty convincingly against the Titans. Next up, we got the New York Jets at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints came off of a big win over the Carolina Panthers, who are now in 2nd place in the division, right below the Buccaneers. I'm going to go with the Saints in this one just because I trust Tyler Shuck more than I do Tyrod Taylor. I think the Jets are going to try to tank for Fernando Mendoza or, Dante Moore. Or, hell, they might even try to get, what's that other dude's name? Ty Simpson. But we'll see. Man, the Jets, man, they are currently, I think, also 3-11, 2-12 range. They are 3-11. Better record than the Titans, right? Poor Jets fans, man. They have endured so much crap over the past 25, 30 years. And it's just not getting any better. They just really need to rebranch their whole offense, defense. I mean, you did get rid of Sauce Gardner, you did get rid of Quinnen Williams, but you did get picks in return. So hopefully the future is a little bit brighter in New Jersey. Next up, we got the Minnesota Vikings at the New York Giants. I'm going to take the Vikings in this one. I liked how JJ played Sunday night against the Cowboys. Um, you know, I really think that the Vikings can win this game even after they decimated the Commanders either last week or 2 weeks ago. I think it was last week. No, 2 weeks ago. 31-0. So I'm going to take the Vikings in that one. Next up, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers. This is another really close game, close divisional game. The NFC South is always fun to watch because you never know who's going to win it every year. I mean, obviously the years with Brady with the Bucks, you kind of knew that, Brady was going to win that. Unless he had that one, well, he did have that 1 year with Drew Brees, but like it was just the Bucks and Saints. And the last few years it's been the Bucks, right? So I mean, it is in Carolina, and Carolina did lose to the Saints in New Orleans. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks here. Um, Rico Dowdle might not play, um, but and I know the Bucks had a heartbreaking loss against the Falcons last Thursday, and that was really tough to watch. But I still think the Bucks can win this division. I think if they win this game, and if they win next week, which is, let me check their schedule. If they win this week against the Panthers and next week against the Dolphins, they should win the division. I mean, they could split with the Panthers, but I see the Bucks still winning regardless. Give me the Buccaneers 27-21. Bryce Young throws a game-losing interception to Jamel Dean. Is it Jamel Dean? Oh, man. I feel like I'm messing up on every name right now. It is Jamel Dean. But yeah. Bucks 27, Panthers 21. Next up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Miami Dolphins. Tua looked very, very bad against the Steelers. I mean, I thought they were going to come back at the end, but no. It's just Tua is an interesting quarterback because I remember 6 years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, he won that national championship with Bama. But granted, he did have one of the best wide receiver rooms of all time. Did have Henry Ruggs, had Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, even Slade Bolden, right? Had a lot of weapons there in Tuscaloosa. And who knows if they were getting paid or not. But, Tua in the NFL, I mean, he did get Waddle, right? That's another player I forgot about. Unless I already said Jalen Waddle. I don't think I said Jalen Waddle. But, nonetheless, I think Tua, I mean, he's just really a developmental quarterback. And he hasn't really had his footing in the league yet. I mean, yeah, he's had ups and downs, but like really at his peak, I think he's just an average quarterback. He's not good, he's not amazing, he's not great. He's all right, kind of mid, I'm not going to lie, but I do have the Bengals in this one as Joe Burrow's kind of contemplating retirement. Kind of reminds me of Andrew Luck back in 2019 when he announced his retirement during halftime at the Bears game for the Colts. So, that was a preseason game, and then they started Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett actually beat us, the Titans, when I say us, beat us in week 2. But, we ended up being second place in the division and going to the AFC Championship game after starting 2-4. Anyways, enough about my past with the Titans. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Denver Broncos. I'm going to take the Jags in this one. I think, Liam Cohen has done a phenomenal job in his first year, and I think that's who's competing with Mike Vrabel for Coach of the Year. And, I'm sure a lot of Bucs fans miss Liam Cohen, right, because he used to be their offensive coordinator, right? And, Jags are real hot right now. ETN had 3 touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence had 6 total. Last week. I think Trevor Lawrence can beat the Broncos in Denver, but it's going to be a tough game either way. I still got the Jaguars 31-20. No, 31-27. I think that the Broncos can score. They really can. We saw it last week against the Packers. So I'm going to take the Jags in this one. Next up, we got the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to take the Falcons in this one just because Kyle Pitts had a lot of points for my fantasy team last week. No. But no, I do have the Falcons in this one. Tough break whenever you heard about Penix a few weeks ago, getting another ACL surgery, which is just brutal, right? This is like his fourth ACL surgery in 5 years. Like, he had a couple at Indiana, and then when he transferred to Washington, he had one. And it's just like, man, this guy could never stay healthy. But I really want to see the Falcons give Michael Penix a chance. Kirk Cousins is going to get this game, obviously, probably for the rest of the year. I don't know where Kirk Cousins is going to go after this year. I think the Falcons kind of want to get rid of him. But at the same time, do they get another quarterback to mentor Michael Penix? Because Michael Penix only played for a year and a half, really. I mean, we saw some bright spots earlier this year. They beat the Bills on Monday Night Football. But, who knows with Michael Penix? He's another questionable, is he ready for the NFL kind of thing? Or, his injury's just going to plague his career, right? Like we've seen with so many young quarterbacks in the past 5 drafts, like Joe Burrow is a notable example. Tua, that's just 2 in 2020. And then Andrew Luck obviously was a little bit earlier than that, but we'll see. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Detroit Lions. I'm going to take the Detroit Lions. You'll see that meme of Aaron Rodgers just pointing. Yeah, it's a first down. Yeah, that would be really nice to do that. But, I mean, Aaron Rodgers at 42 is still kind of slinging the ball pretty well. I mean, he had some good throws to Freiermuth last night, and he had a really good throw to DK, I thought. But, I don't know. Might have been a good catch, might have not been a good catch, but I thought it was pretty good. But for what it's worth, I think the Steelers and Ravens, whenever that game comes down to in Pittsburgh, and whoever wins goes to the playoffs, I think the Steelers will win that game. So, but in this one, I got the Detroit Lions winning this game. I'm going to say 34-20. I think the Steelers defense gives up a little bit, especially with Jared Goff being home. It's a later game. I think that the Lions take care of business against the Steelers. Next up, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Houston Texans. I got the Houston Texans because I think that the Raiders are the worst team in football. No offense to all the Raiders fans, but it's just time in and time out. The Raiders really are just not playing their A game. Like, they show up a little bit, but they don't play their best meaningful football, right? I mean, they did lose to the Eagles last week 31-0, right? But, that team needs a whole rework, just like how the Jets need a whole rework. Hell, I can even put the Giants in that same conversation. The Titans need to be reworked too, except for quarterback and defensive tackle. But until then, we'll see what the Raiders do this offseason, but it's just not looking great for them. Next up, we got the New England Patriots at the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. As much as I'd like to pick the Patriots, they did blow a 21-0 lead. And do you think Mike Vrabel is going to blow another lead like that to the Ravens or even to the Dolphins whenever they play? I don't think so. I don't think the Ravens are really built for this. But this is one of the games where I'm kind of iffy on picking either one, right? I'm going to go with the Ravens just because they're at home and because their defense is okay. It's pretty good. Hasn't been good for me in fantasy, but that's another conversation for another day. I'm going to take the Ravens. More than likely, Lamar's going to play his best, especially in primetime with a game like this. I mean, they had a really great match against the Bills week 1, and then they're going to finish off their primetime schedule with this one. They might have a Christmas game, might not, but I haven't really checked the Christmas schedule yet. So, anyways, next up we got the San Francisco 49ers at the Indianapolis Colts on Monday Night Football. this is a game where I could totally get wrong. All these games I could totally get wrong too. I'm going to go with the Niners and take the safe pick. You know, the Colts have 44-year-old Philip Rivers instead of starting Riley Leonard. I get it. You want to have someone with a little bit more experience than Riley Leonard, but to get experience, you got to go out and do it, right? And, you know, whether that be 44-year-old Philip Rivers or not, right? You get Riley Leonard in there and, you know, tell the rookie, like, hey, this is what we need you to do and play your best and give it your all, man. So, anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button down below. I appreciate all of your support. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload new videos like this, which is usually every week. I do like a little prediction, but this week I feel like it's a much easier games to, you know, call. Like some, for example, Buffalo and Cleveland, right? Or, you know, the Eagles and the Commanders. This is the toughest game to call. The Rams at Seahawks. But I got the Rams. I think Puka Nacua is going to be able to have himself a game going up against Devin Witherspoon, right? We'll see what happens. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.